Hey everybody, I want to show you how to solve for percent abundance as well as atomic mass if you are given the weight and the information of another isotope. So let's go ahead and get started. This question tells us there are two isotopes that have an atomic weight of 79.904 AMU. Bromine 81 has a natural abundance of 49.31% and a mass of 80.9163 AMU. What is the natural mass? What is the natural abundance and mass of bromine 79? The first thing is you want to organize your math. So you need to make a chart, and right here I have it. And the next thing is I want to have all the equations that I know ready. So I'm going to go ahead and write the equation for atomic weight. Alright, so here I have the equation of atomic weight. I abbreviated that as AW. Atomic weight is going to be the sum of the mass of bromine 79 times its percent abundance, plus, that's what the sigma means, it means that you're adding everything, plus the mass of bromine 81 times its percent abundance. Now, from the problem, we are given atomic weight, so I can go ahead and substitute that. I'm going to do it in another color. I know that the atomic weight was given, and it was 79.904 AMU. I'm going to put that for my atomic weight, 79.904 AMU. And now let's look at the other variables that we need to solve for this. We have bromine 79, the mass. So let's look at the problem. And we see that that is one thing that we are trying to find. So I'm going to go ahead and put an X there. And we don't have the percent abundance for bromine 79 either. So I'm going to put a Y. And then the next part of this equation is to add. So plus bromine 81. We know that bromine 81 has a mass of 80.916 and an abundance of 49.31. So I'm going to go ahead and fill that in. I have put my variables, I have substituted my variables. So I have the mass of bromine 81 and its percent abundance. Let's go ahead and organize that into a chart so that we can see things more clearly. We know that the mass for bromine 81 is 80.9163 AMU. We know that the percent abundance is 49.31%. However, this percentage needs to be turned into a decimal. You do that by moving your decimal over twice, so you get 0.4931. And now, bromine 79, we said we don't have our mass and we don't have our abundance. So this is a problem because you can't have two unknown variables. You can only have one to solve for this problem. However, we know that our natural abundance can't be over 100%. It doesn't make sense to have more than 100% of something, especially when talking about isotopes. So we know that this percentage plus this have to equal 100. So to find that number, I'm going to do 100% minus 49.31%, and I get 50.69%. Now this needs to be turned into a decimal. Again, I move this over twice, so I get 0.5069. All right, now let's go back to our equation. We have the percent abundance of bromine 79. So I'm going to go ahead and instead of putting a Y right here, I'm going to put in our percent abundance in a decimal form. Let's make this equation look a little bit better. So I'm going to put it over here so that it's neater. Now I need to work on solving for X. So the first thing is I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply this times this. Let's go ahead and do that. All right. After I multiply these two, I get this number. And to get rid of this on the right side, I'm going to subtract it. So I'm going to subtract 39.8998 AMU. And what I do to the right side, I have to do to the left. So I'm going to go ahead and write minus 39.8998 AMU. I'm going to put this in the calculator and let's see what we get. After subtracting these two numbers, I get 40.0042 AMU equals x times 0.5069. Now to get x by itself, I just have to undo this multiplication by dividing. So what I do to the right side, I have to do to the left. Let's go ahead and do that. So I'm dividing both sides by 0.5069. These are going to cancel out, so you're going to end up with x is equal to this numerator divided by this denominator. Let's put that in the calculator and see what we get. Okay, after putting this in the calculator, I end up with this number, and I see that x is equal to 78.919 AMU. So that tells us that bromine 79 has a 50.69% abundance, and it has a mass of 78.919 AMU. Please email me if you have any questions. Bye.